This is your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Tuesday, January 14. We get started with news that former government minister Donville Inniss will know his fate by Thursday. On day 2 of his money laundering case at the Eastern District Federal Court in New York, both the prosecution and the defense closed their cases. Ennis is accused by the United States of accepting bribes from the Insurance Corporation of Barbados in 2015 and 2016, totaling $36,000 while he was Minister of Industry, International Business and Commerce. The money was allegedly sent to a New York dental company, then into his bank account through a number of transfers. If convicted, Ennis, who is charged with 2 counts of money laundering along with conspiracy to commit money laundering, faces up to 20 years in federal prison and a fine of up to Barbados $1 million. On Thursday, the prosecution and defense will make their closing arguments, followed by the summation. The 12-member jury is then expected to deliberate and return a verdict. As the former government minister awaits his fate, government today debated the Integrity in Public Life Bill, and Attorney General Dale Marshall told the House if the legislation was in place, Ennis would not have to face a U.S. law court.
And he would have had to explain how he got this extra $60,000 or $70,000. He would have had to, because he would have been declaring an additional amount of money, and he would have been forced to explain to his own peers, his own kind, his own people, where he got it from. That's what he would have been obligated to do. But now instead, sir, he's obligated to explain it to a judge in New York who stands in judgment over him.
The AG made it clear that government is serious about stamping out corruption. He noted that while the public is anxious for cases to be laid against corrupt people, government will only call offenders to account on the basis of solid evidence.
Now, from day one, sir, we call on people to come forward and give us the evidence. And there are people, Mr. Speaker, who have met with us and they've given us information. But then when we say to them, I want you to give a statement to the police, they then tell you, man, I don't know if I want to do that, yeah. I got to live here too. My children just go to the same school as so-and-so. I don't feel I can be safe if I do that. Suppose the body come back for me. Every single excuse under the book. But yet still they want us to be able to come in and wave a magic wand and corruption will be unfolded before us like a Christmas paper wrapping off of a box. It doesn't work that way.
In other news this Tuesday, there was a heavy police presence at New Orleans St. Michael following a shooting incident today. No one was injured, but residents want peace and security, and they're calling for soldiers to step up their presence in the community, which has been disturbed by recent violent incidents. A new judge is ready to join the bench of the High Court. Today, Madam Justice Shona Griffith took the oath of office before Governor General Dame Sandra Mason, Attorney General Dale Marshall, Chief Justice Sir Marston Gibson, and others. Griffith, a Guyanese national, has been a judge of the Supreme Court of Belize since March 2014, having served in the legal and judicial services of Montserrat, Tortola, and St. Kitts Nevis. The Queen Elizabeth Hospital received 4 beds valued at $15,000 today from the East Caribbean Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. President Pastor Danforth Francis and Personal Ministries Director Pastor Dale Haynes made the presentation to Director of Medical Services Dr. Anthony Harris and other QEH officials. Pastor Haynes says this is only the beginning of the church's plan to provide more services to the island's main hospital.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Root Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume reveler, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now, the government of Guyana is not prepared to grant Caribbean Airlines fly carrier status just yet. Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson says there are no added benefits for Guyanese travelers and the two sides must have more discussions. Javon Vickery of HGP TV News has the story.
When the question of a local flag carrier was posted to CAL, the airline operating from its Trinidad and Tobago headquarters had said that the government of Guyana and the authorities of the United States of America will have the final say with regards to direct flights. Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson, when asked about CAL being the official flag carrier of Guyana, explained that the issue is a complicated one, especially since the idea has been discussed several times. He added that if CAL is given the flag carrier status, there is no incentive or benefits being offered to Guyanese, which could make way for cheaper travel to several destinations where the carrier flies.
But the granting of that status is a complicated issue, you know what I mean? Because even granting it, there is no guarantee that prices will go down. It's a private organization. The pricing of airline tickets are done by the company. So I can grant you as many, as you would know in life, I can grant you as many concessions and as many agreements as possible, and there's no guarantee that the prices will go down and stay down. Initially they may go down and it can possibly go back up.
CAL in a statement said, quote, Caribbean Airlines has met all the requirements to facilitate non-stop travel between Guyana and the United States of America. However, the final regulatory approval to permit such lies within the jurisdiction of the government of Guyana and the United States authorities to grant permission of the same.
On the international scene, nearly 40,000 people have been evacuated from near a Philippine volcano that could erupt violently at any moment. But thousands more are refusing to leave or have already drifted back. Disaster official Mark Timble says everyone living within 9 miles of the volcano has been ordered to leave, and that's about 300,000 people. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology has warned that the threat of an eruption is very real, and if this occurs, the devastation will be massive. That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Azuma Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.